They off in mind. Can in the touchlight every corner. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Them be promise us say we go get light and power. Them hustle so they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power. Over naira. Still them talk say make we off mind. But thank God say my ego don't come. So my people make you ladder. My ego don't come. My people make we shout. My ego don't come. My ego don't come, man of the masses. My ego don't come. My ego die political. My ego don't come. This one not they off in mind. My ego don't come. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that my yegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say my yegun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Woman picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say my yegun don't come. So my people make you laugh. My yegun don't come. My people make you shout. My yegun don't come. Man of the masses. My ego don't come.
Hello there.
My ego diary.
Good morning to you, good afternoon to you, and good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. This is Mayegun Live. Happy Sunday to you, brethren. You are welcome to the temple of truth. Share the broadcast. Tonight we are going to be dealing with what your faith says about forgery, about cheating, about fraud. But I'm going to take on the two major religions tonight, and I'm going to then throw the question back to you, believers, and ask you, what is your position? That is going to be the cause tonight. Share the broadcast. Don't go pick Quranic verses. I have here with me tonight Bible verses. You better get ready, because I'm going to ask you, how many of your own church services today said something about forgery? Let's start from there. I have them, Boku. President of Nigeria forged his certificate. Apart from the fact that he's an ex, or maybe still running, but ex-drug baron who forfeited $460,000 US for heroin trafficking in America. If you have children, what do you say to your children, especially right now? Mo ti dé o. So good morning to you, good afternoon to you, and good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. Again, this is Mayegun, and this is live. This is for those who are watching live, by the way, because if you are watching a replay, this is a replay, right? But before I get fully into the broadcast tonight, so that we will not start offending ourselves from the beginning, my broadcast tonight is to probe those who are very good in the business of diverting your attentions from the real issue and belaboring you with frivolities, turning you to prayer warriors, things you can do. They want you to leave it for Sky Daddy. I need to tell you something before we get fully into it. This broadcast is not targeted at your religion, your belief, your faith, everything you hold sacred as a Christian or as a Muslim. But by the time I start eating the puddle of this corruption and the splash from the puddle begin to fly, I may actually mention that your spiritual father who has dipped his 2 hands, his 2 legs in the murky waters of politics, and in my own book, he or she is part of the establishment put in place to keep you under control. And I don't like that. This is not to question your faith. This is not to tell you that there is no God. This is not to say, everything you have is not to question your belief. It is to question those who have turned or who have made it their business of taking advantage of your own faith, using that to manipulate your minds from the real things. I have seen them, they have done it many times. And that is unacceptable. I hope that is clear enough, because it never clears. At some point, some people will be offended that I am calling God Sky Daddy. Let me explain that too. You see, I was raised to believe the existence of God. I may not have any religion right now, but that doesn't make me deny that there is existence of God. But the description of God to me, and to other reasonable people, God is not a magician. Do you understand? God, which is mainly your faith, your belief, your art, and for those who prefer to be called humanists instead of being called atheists. Atheists are those that they said they don't believe in God. But humanists believe in live and let live. Tolerance, something like, as long as you are in no way obstructing whatever I believe in, and I'm not obstructing yours, we can always coexist. There are things that those who really believe in God knows that if they are doing something, they must be doing something. Then they will pray that God, please bless this that I am actually doing. But you must be doing something, which means you are expecting a result. That is faith. That is belief. I am not questioning that. Okay? there are those whose faith is so strong that even when somebody is unwell, okay, when they take them to the hospital, they will still dedicate much of their time praying to God. Please, because of their faith. I'm not questioning all of that. But do you know when I mentioned Sky Daddy? It is when the hypocritical Nigerians who suddenly will turn themselves, you know one thing, they will fight for God. Every strength in them, every breath in them, they will use it to fight for God. But when it comes to their own personal problems as a people, they will leave it for God to help them fix it, thereby turning God to a magician. They will campaign and rig elections for criminals. Then they will then turn around and start praying to God to touch their hearts so that they can do good things. Are you following me? These are people, okay, that will continually defend every criminality because of whatever they are good, they stand to benefit. Then they will turn around and then begin to ask everybody to call on Sky Daddy. The Sky Daddy, that is where the word Sky Daddy came from. Oh. It's not to ridicule your faith or believe in God. Oh. Do you understand? Hypocritical Nigerians, they will leave what they have to do for God, but they have all of the energy. They have all of the time, to fight for God. I hope those caveats are clearer enough. Abi, if they are not too clear, well, mo ṣe èyí tí mo lè ṣe o. Because when we get fully into the program now, I want you to remember that there are those who have become the humbled slaves, sophisticated morons, who are also the same people that you can call unity beggars. They will leave reality. They will be painting the picture of fiction, and they'll be believing that they are the same Nigerians that are also the, what do you call them? Unity beggars, by the way. Let us come together. Let us stop talking about our country like this. Okay? Let us pray for Nigeria. We should all come together and unite. We should all find solution. They are pretenders, so they are hypocrites. And on Mayegun's diary political, once I begin to eat the podu, like that, and the splash from the podu begin to, now them they take offense, and there are those who will likely start saying, Mayegun, I know you don't believe in God, but let me tell you something. The God that I say, Alaye, by the time you begin to go that line, you go to press a button that is called trigger button in me. It go make me unleash even things that will get you more angry and upset, including yourself and that your Sky Daddy, the magician. The criminals in Nigeria, the ruiners of Nigeria, and their friends in different business centers called churches. I'm talking about the pastorpreneurs. They can quote any Bible, any Quran, anything. They will call God. You will think these people actually really respect that God. When they are lying to people, they will be mentioning God and God, Almighty God, God will say this, God will do that. All lies. And that is why I'm asking you today, the supposed general conversation in every business center called churches, where they are preaching prosperity, where they are preaching all kind of deceits, and they need you to sow seeds if you want to access those jackpots. Did they say anything today about forgery? Anything at all about cheating? Did they say anything at all about fraud? Anything? No. Or maybe they did, because I believe there are like over 100,000 churches or 200,000 or 1 million churches in Nigeria anyway. So yeah, the president of Nigeria has been exposed to, apart from being a drug lord. Okay, I think there is one more caveat. Okay, like I said, for those of you who are very religious, I hope you have the understanding that this is not targeted at you. Okay, and there are others too. Please, if you are the type that is kind of, you like to be politically correct, even though you are not admitting it, or you are the type that believe that respect is something that is from our culture. We must respect elders. We must do this and that. Here you get. I'm talking about those of you who have problem with language. Mayegun, language, please. Mayegun, watch your language, please. Joe, if I feel it down now, I'm going to down beg you. At this point, sir, ma, you can please stop watching. We'll meet again, because this program is called Sunday Sermon. And on Sunday Sermon, it is a no holds bar. Anybody and everybody feel collect. And if you are the type that is, very sensitive with words, okay, you don't like somebody talking down on elderly people, that kind of thing. You don't like somebody talking down on men of God, kind of things like that. Here you get. I understand. In order for us not to have a problem in another 10, 15 minutes, because now it's going to kick in soon. And once it kicks in, I will just follow whatever the Spirit says. And around that time, you will no longer really matter. And your feeling won't matter to me anymore. At this point, you can stop watching. We will meet again. Here you get. Because those that are being paraded as elders, leaders, old people, honorable, these are a bunch of rogues. You see, on Mayegun's Diary Political, we have already discovered this a long time ago, that, you see, in this life, okay, this particular life that we are all living, we started from the cradle before we finally get to the grave, Abi. Now, we have seen stupid people, foolish people, doing stupid things and foolish things when they were young, okay? We have seen young criminals, okay, who are like real hardened criminals when they were young. On Mayegun's Diary Political, there is already a confirmed theory that shows that criminals, they do grow old too. Foolish people, they also do grow old too. Now, you can no longer say, because everybody is old, whether they were foolish, whether they were stupid, or what do you call it, whether they were criminals, you can no longer begin to say, elder criminal, sir, sir, or chief stupid, sir, or Mrs., or no, not Mrs., or you can even say, what do you call it, sheer persons of the stupid people, ma. Is that how you're going to address them because they are now old? So that is why we separate who you can call, the people you can call leaders, from dealers. The people you can call rulers from ruiners. And if in this category, right, you have young and you have old, you can no longer say they are now sort of immune from the same bashing of their dealings or doings, whether they were younger or whether they are young or old. They are not going to be spared. Okay? And in fact, we have also discovered that, our culture says we should respect elders. But that same culture also says the elders, they must also respect the young ones. Okay? The Bible says, respect your elders. Abi, the same Bible says, the elders, they must be fair and honest to the young ones. They must never make them angry. Elders, older people must never make younger people angry. So do you understand that even, religiously, everyone's role is clearly stated. In Nigeria, those who are parading themselves as leaders, who we have discovered as dealers, those who are parading themselves as rulers, whom we have discovered as ruiners, okay? We have discovered that they have no respect for us. They have no respect for themselves. They have no respect for their age. And they have no respect for any of us. Because if you would respect yourself as an elderly person in position of authority, you will do what is just, what is right by everyone, no matter who they are and where they are from. By being just and fair, you have played your part. The respect that will come after that would naturally flow in. Okay? And that is how a society is run. Not in Nigeria. In Nigeria, the system is about a slave-master relationship. Okay? So you need to go through hell. And 1 out of 1 million would then be upgraded to make him look like he is a success story from the poorer, slavish country that they have buried everybody in. Look at this one. If you play your card right, you could become a governor. If you play your card right, you could become a senator. Or if you play your card right, you could get a good job. You need to play your card right, which means if you play it right, among others, well, they can say all animals are equal. George Orwell. But some are more equal than the other. So that is what Nigeria is. It is like a bucket of crab. Bucket of crabs. And you have all these crabs, like 1 million crabs in the bucket. Maybe not up to that, but like, you know what I mean? Then you know that if the bucket is a big one like that, there are going to be others that are going to be at the bottom of that bucket. But some will struggle, and they will struggle wherever how longer it takes to get to the top of that, to receive the fresh air, and then maybe climb and jump out of the bucket. Of the bucket. Only few. It is like a contraption. This is the country that these supposed leaders, elders, who want respect, this is the country they have created for us. No opportunity. Slave-master relationship. It's even worse. Within the slave-master relationship, they still have some gingered, what do you call it? A little ethnic division, religious division, classism, and all of that. They still garnish that contraption with all of that, and they want us to respect them. So please, if you are the type that love to respect elders and all elders, this broadcast may not be for you. You are going to get offended. And listen to me. When I look at what I do and how many people who said or who have told me that I always speak their minds. Mayegun, every time you are talking like this, like you are speaking my mind. While others will say, this guy continue to cry and all of that stuff. You see, I'm being paid to get you angry. And it is in two phases. I will explain that. If you ask me, what do you do for a living, Mayegun? I'll tell you, I get people angry for a living. How? By telling them the truth. Something that a lot of people would love to shy away from, give excuse for, or completely ignore. No, I don't want to talk about that. No, I'm not interested in, all that other stuff. I said, for creating content that gets conscience and your subconscious mind either troubled or fulfilled, is why I get paid. You know what that means? Every second that you are spending with me, I get paid for that. And thanks to all of you. So how do I get you angry? If you are those who are supporting the status quo because you are in one way or the other connected and benefiting, I don't know, you are going to be angry with me for trying to wake those who are mostly in majority, who are the victims of all of the bad leadership and bad governance that some of you are benefiting from. So if you are benefiting, you will be angry with me. You won't like me. Of course, you will not like me. And why? Because I'm telling some others who are victims, okay, of your ruinous, selfish, greedy, corrupt status quo. I am getting them angry for knowing the truth and figuring out how are they going to stop this. You are angry with me. They are angry that how did they even allow this to last this long? A lot of people are asking themselves, how could this even be happening? Why are people not reacting? You see that? And at the end of the day, majority of those who spend their time with me, they go to bed every night fulfilled, okay? Because in the course of them getting angry, they will understand why are they angry. If you see my viewers, whether they are from the south or from the north, it doesn't matter where you come from, okay? When you see majority of them that are here, they have this chance of putting their thoughts together for straight 3 hours, uninterrupted, clarity, and they get answers to so many unanswered questions about Nigeria. So they go to bed fulfilled for the blessing of today's information. So I get paid to get you angry, whether for or against, to keep your conscious minds alive and fill it with reasonable information and answers. The ones that will always interrupt your thoughts every time that deceitful one that keeps telling you Nigeria is going to work, is going to be better. Keep, filtering into your thoughts. And around that time, your consciousness and your subconscious mind are alive. One day, reasonable thought will kind of overlaps the rest of useless thoughts that they have managed to bury in you and keep you scared and unsure. Again, let's get to it, having cleared all of this. So after all I have said, to my friends who are holding their spanners, especially on YouTube, I want you to please be vigilant. If you see any snowflakes, if you see anyone throwing tantrums in the comment section, based on what will be coming out from this microphone in the next few minutes, you know what to do. Please get rid of them. No interruption, please. Now, the question is this. The president of Nigeria, Tifnumbu, has been proven to be a career criminal. That is a fact. In Nigeria, they are telling terrible lies to cover this up. There are those who are paid vuvuzelas whose job is to confuse you. Okay? But the happenings, the facts are just so much that I don't see where they're going to get any lie to cover anything except for the typical Nigeria system to cover them up by legitimizing a certificate forger, election rigger, a pajorer, and at the same time, a Pablo Escobati, Abiti Pablo Ecowasi, the Jaga Banditi, Jaga Wiri, Jaga Addicti. With all of this international disgrace and embarrassment, ladies and gentlemen, it would then have to make a different meaning generally when you talk about criminality in Nigeria. But if we leave all of that to the criminals to keep running around, then let us take a look at those of us who kind of, should I say, parade ourselves as Christians. Today is Sunday, okay? This story has been around for the past, how many days, how many weeks now? Well, it came to reality that Tifnubu forged his certificate. The certificate is submitted to INEC in Nigeria in order to run for office as the president of Nigeria. Now, take a break. Let's take a break. Calm down. Now, let us take a reverse. Okay? Yeah, just like that. I need to give you the back story. Because one of the problems that has been discovered as something that is now like generational sort of a problems among Nigerians, it is that popular syndrome, Stockholm syndrome. If something happened 2 days ago, today, a typical Nigerian can tell you it never happened or it didn't happen that way. Stockholm syndrome. We have seen it many times. So I need to always give you a backstory, a catch up, even if I have to be doing that every night. Here is the story. How did the president of Nigeria submit fake school certificates to the electoral body? And what does the law say if you submit fake certificates to run for any office? Here is the story. The president of Nigeria right now did not go to any school, okay? But he was a very smart person. When he was a young person, he was a smart criminal, a very, very smart one. However, at a point in his life, okay, he said he went to a certain primary school, Aroloya in Lagos. He never went there. Also, the same guy said he went to a particular secondary school in Ibadan. He never went there. So he stopped using those two. When he was parading those two, he also said he went to University of Chicago. Okay? Then when this whole thing failed, he came back. Now, he didn't go to primary school. He didn't go to secondary school. The paid criminals who were speaking for him in Nigeria said he was homeschooled. Okay? And that was why he had no primary school, secondary school, which is a lie. He forged them, okay, at the time. Then he dropped them. He was homeschooled and he now wrote Cambridge exam. In that Cambridge exam, he sat for physics, biology, and then chemistry. Listen to that too. And in that form, he also filled it there that he went to government college, Lagos, 1970, in that forged Cambridge certificate. That is also forged too, okay? Now, the government college, Lagos, did not come to existence until 1974. the school did not graduate their first set of graduates, right, until October 1979, which means Tinubu graduated from the school 9 years before the school graduated their first student after creation. Do you understand that? And that's like 4 years before the school came to existence at all. He's already graduated from it in that forged Cambridge certificate. He did not have English. He did not have mathematics. Then he went on where it now showed that he enrolled in, Southwest College. Yeah, I think Southwest College in Chicago, where he now decided to apply for a degree course, a diploma course at Chicago State University. Now, there's a record that showed that from that Southwest College to Chicago State University, the form showed that he was a girl. The confusion one. The date of birth, they no match. 1955, 1954, 1952. Okay? Also, when they now deposed Angano, but Tinubu now submitted a certificate to INEC in Nigeria, purportedly from that Chicago State University. Okay? So Atiku now said, from their own discovery, the certificate Tinubu submitted to INEC in Nigeria is fake. Now, to prove it, they will need to go to America and ask the school that gave him the certificate to come and prove that they gave it to him. Actually, Atiku don't discover that Tinubu no graduates there, they no give him any certificate at all. That is why Tinubu no fit go back there to request for a new certificate. That is why he couldn't order it from anywhere, because it never graduated. So the transcript of what they released also showed that they told Tinubu to go back and sit for English and mathematics, which are two required subjects, entry requirements. That indeed, though, we gave you admission, but we told you to go and sit for English and math. You haven't done that. You need to, if you want to get certificate from this school. Tinubu no show up again because he was dealing in drug and heroin in America until, this was like 70s, 80s. By the end of 80s, he's already amassed millions of dollars. At a point, they found $1.8 million in his bank account. When they asked him, where did he get the money from? He said they paid him the money from Deloitte when he was working as an accountant for Deloitte, that they paid him $1.8 million as a severance package. He also lied. He never worked for Deloitte. Deloitte has no record of him when people were making all these inquiries. So he now said, because he didn't pay tax on the $1.8 million, that is why he forfeited $460,000 to American government. That is also a lie. It was when they were probing the traces of narcotic trade and trafficking in America, in Chicago in particular, they arrested those associated with Tinubu. By then, Tinubu has already linked himself with the pro-democracy group, asking for Babangida to go. Sure, you get, he must do election. And then Abiola came in and all of that stuff. He was already one of those who are like, using that as a cover. He already joined them. He left America when they were picking up his friends. Okay? You have, now, wait till that guy named Shegun Agbele and others. Now, when he stayed back in Nigeria, okay, and now it was time for him. He forged his certificate, whatever he used, to become a senator in 1992. So that was the first cover. It was like a Buruji Kashamu. Sure, you understand? Buruji Kashamu, the drug dealer that later died of COVID. Buruji Kashamu too ran back to Nigeria, ran to become a senator. He was going to be a governor of Ogun State before he died.
If not, he would have been a governor like Tifnumbu. And if time gives him time, since Tifnumbu could be president, Buruji Kasham, if he was still alive, he himself could run to be president of Nigeria someday. It is as simple as that. So Tifnumbu managed to wriggle on using fake certificate, fake this, fake that. Okay? Then he ran for governor in 1999. That was the first time that his bubble got busted. But he also managed to wriggle through it. Nigeria corrupt system. Now, what Atiku now wanted to prove is that this guy no go school. He no go school. He no even know what the school is all about. But because it is Nigeria, they can cover him and cover him and cover him. Shibi Bokwari no go school. He was your president for 8 years. What is the big deal? At least he was the one who fought. I mean, Tifnumbu fought the ocean in Lagos. And that is why he created Lagos. And look at Lagos. It's like a small London. It's actually a mega slum, by the way. All right? So Atiku wanted to prove that this guy no go school. So American court is not like Nigeria court. So they had to drag this guy and say, come out, come outside. Come and explain this. Have you seen this certificate before? No, we have never seen it before. This is the certificate this man presented in Nigeria. And he said he got a certificate from you. Is this your certificate? They said, no, it's not our own. Did you send anybody to issue, like a third party, to issue your certificate? Say, no, we don't even get traces. From waiting we get for our hand is that, indeed, there is a Tinubu, Bola A. Tinubu, that attended our school. Okay? But this Bola A. Tinubu, na female. But this former Bola A. Tinubu, no graduate per se. We no give them any certificate. Now, in Nigeria, the Lagos Abobakus and those ones who are paid to deceive you, okay, they are all over the TV, all over the radio, everywhere, where they are trying to change the narrative. They are actually telling people in Nigeria that they have confirmed Tifnumbu's certificate. Anybody talking about it is enemy of Nigeria. They want to create problem in Nigeria. They are bad losers. And there is no court that said, and in some instances where they agreed, this is their own story. Before I get to that part, this is their own story. Their own story is that Abacha bombed Tifnumbu's house in Lagos when Tifnumbu was in exile. That never happened. That never happened. Okay? And because they bombed his house, Abacha burnt down all of his life documents, everything. And he couldn't get them back anymore. So, he now requested for a new certificate from his Chicago State University. Instead of him to reduce the lies, he kept repeating the lie. And I thought he started believing it himself. They didn't know that Tifnumbu and Tifnumbu's boys, they went on a public website called Pinterest. They picked up sample of Chicago State University certificates. They were not thinking if the certificate in 1979 is different from what it is now, if they had a board of trustee or board of governors then, who was president then, who was this then, because Tifnumbu never received any certificate from them. He had no clue what the certificate of Chicago State University looked like. So they started picking things. They started Googling, who is the president? They made a mistake. When they were doing the Googling, they were Googling who is the president of Chicago State University. They can't go pick, in 1997, they can't go pick a woman, Nora Daniel, forged her signature, and they put her signature on a fake certificate. Everything on it is completely fake. And they now said, the woman that did not become the president of the university until 1998. Tifnumbu's boys, since Google say she was the former president and they couldn't get the name of the president before her, they just put her there as signature. Person we became president in 1998, consigned Tifnumbu's certificate in 1997. This is the story. So what are they telling Nigerians? They were telling Nigerians that, listen to Tinubu, this is what Tifnumbu said in December on this certificate. Call.
Deloitte, Chicago State University, where I graduated, has attested to that. Now I can announce that I've received my original replacement degree certificate from them.
Original degree certificate. Where's the original degree certificate? Oluwole certificate. Now, this is not the story they are now saying again. They are not longer saying he received his own replacement from Chicago State University. They are not saying that anymore. They are saying that in America, if you go to school in America, when they give you certificates, it is just ceremonial. Americans know they value certificates like Nigerians, they carry certificates. That when Tifnumbu lost his certificate, he contacted a third party, okay? Because in America, if you lose your certificate, you can design it yourself. Person when no go school, they tell you that. Oh, people who can't go school in America too, they say, it's true. Nitori atenuje. I did not have that one to part of the caveat. Listen to me. This program, Sunday sermon, sometimes and most of the times, do you understand? Because there are some messages that you cannot deliver life. If they bring small courses or big one. Sorry, I didn't tell you that before. Some of you know like me, then they come and make shake sometimes wow. Do you understand? Somebody there, America. Some of them are older, what do you call it, a relic in America that can no longer go back to Nigeria because they would die maybe within a year if they last that long. You have those Olori Brukus like that in America. They are old people like that, So they are in America where things are functioning. Their children, some of them, they framed their children's certificates in their living room as something of pride. You will see them. Now then they put trophy. They will say, oh, Akinola got that at grade 2. It was the fastest runner in a set. We thought he was going to, it was she was the best basketballer. She got this award for that. Now them can they talk about, say, if their children can't lose all of their certificates, they go on New York black market. I be go online and ask them to help them design a new one. They are in America, they are in the UK, they are living abroad. They are saying, yes, now it's true. It is true. It's true. It's true. In this country, it's just in Nigeria because they want to defend Tifnumbu. It's true. I live in America. Listen to me. I live here. It is true. Silently. It is true. So I have seen many of them. That's why I'm saying that I did not tell you before, but you should have known if this is not your first time on Sunday sermon with Mayegu. Dilute. You understand? And we know what? There are some maybe say them be adura. If you are one of those who deserve them, Amini Koshe, Aminio, Amashami Bitowa, Toba Wambeni. Oti Yensin, Ori Jokobai, Owuloni Romanwa. Ṣé yẹ ẹsìn tó máa ń ṣépè pa kò ní lè sọ̀rọ̀ ò ní láti sọ̀rọ̀ èpè lọ́rọ̀ yín gbà. You are deceiving people that they are ruining their lives in Nigeria. and you are comfortably safe wherever you are all over the world, and you are watching this national and international disgrace, and you are comfortably there telling people and confirming, now it is true, it is true. Mayegun, you don't know everything. Ask questions. Kolu said he wrote at Chicago State University. They gave him his original copy. Now that they have realized that Chicago State University said they didn't, they are now telling people that don't listen to them. In America, you can change your certificate, you can redesign your certificate and all of that. They are saying that in Nigeria right now. Educated people, just to cover up for Tifnumbu. That is why I'm asking you, what did they say about cheating? What did your pastor say today about fraud, about forgery? What did they say? It's important because you need to also know the kind of people that you would call your spiritual leaders or your spiritual fathers. Majority of them are chancers. Now, I am not saying because your pastor is yet to talk about forgery and all of that, so that makes them complice. No. If they haven't chosen that subject yet, let's assume that Holy Spirit hasn't directed them. But if you go any church and they are beginning to quote the Bible in defense of Tifnumbu, begin to divert your mind or deflect your mind by trying to let you feel like don't join those who are calling him names, because you can always get your certificates from the third party. You need to let them know that it is true that some institutions they allow third party to help you request for your replacement of your certificate. There are some institutions that does that, okay? But the problem here is that Tifnumbu no go school, he no go there. And Tifnumbu no use any third party to reclaim his certificate. He did not use any third party. They went online and picked fake design of the school. They can't put his name there to make it look like at least nobody will notice. Do you understand? So what he has done is that he has committed a crime by using a forged document to run for office. Now, if they are waiting for the law, what does the Bible say? What did the Bible say about forgery, about cheating, and all of that? That is the conversation. Thank you very much. It's like my people are being generous tonight. I told you. See? So thanks so much for your super chat. People are being generous. Now my people are feeling like they give you the way you want them, Abi. I haven't started though, because we are still going to go into what, if your pastor is here to talk about them, I can give you some of the verses of what you should go and tell them. And at the same time, you should also question what you also believe in. If your faith says it is comfortable to support a drug dealer, it is comfortable to defend a certificate forger, it is all of that. So I'm not going to judge you. I'm just going to point them out from that same belief of yours, and I will leave you with the rest. Abi, is that not what we do? I'm not going to judge you how you do your things. No. I am dealing with your conscience. I am dealing with your mind, inner mind. You know, something that when you are by yourself and you are lost in thought, you're just thinking about life and all of that, just randomly, my voice will just come straight to your thoughts. You know, that kind of thing that you begin to feel like, I feel like I can hear my ego. Things I have told you. Sure you get now. So thank you very much. I say thank you to all my people with the everybody. Sorry if I can't really get yours, okay? There are some of these that have popped up. Your Mitoto and the rest, Thank you. So yeah, I feel better when I can speak freely. And when I know that I could just unintentionally annoy some of you. You know what I mean? I feel good about that because it's just like me passing my message in a way that somehow, you may feel uncomfortable, but you will never deny every word that I say. Here you get. So thank you very much, everyone, for that. And yes, that your church is not talking, that your mosque is not talking about forgery yet. Sure, you understand now? It's not a crime, it's not nothing. Okay? Let's just agree that they have their hands full. And in the next few days, they will begin to roll them out to tell you or to remind all of you the consequences of defending unrighteous people, the consequences of leaving your own responsibility for God, the consequences of keeping quiet or telling lies or becoming amoral. For amoral people, is that even a word? Amoral. Something that is immoral, amoral. That's the problem with all of this Oyibo and this English. But you have an idea what I'm trying to say, Abi? You say morality, and then you say immorality. The person who is kind of doing immorality, they call them amoral. Yeah, I'm not sure, but I manage a bell. Sure, you understand? Idea no matter. Sure, you get. Me, I can sit down here and play with words. No, you go sit down for your front like this and play with Yoruba words. Make una no consider, except for those of you who just be like, or you go they watch me. Some of them go to wonder, say, how could this black man speak English like that? And others will be like, he's just speaking jargons. His sentences are not even like accurate. His phrases are olushi. Sentences to me are accurate. Turn on your camera for 3 hours and start speaking Yoruba. Ask Oyibo to come and speak Igbo. Oyibo will go tell you, say you speak English with accent. Oh, your English is Igbotic. Baba, speak your English with Igbo accent. Oh. If I have this I think I have Yoruba accent, Abi. Yoruba accent with my English, Abi. Pronunciations, Abi. Omo, flex with your accent. Oh. They cannot speak your language, oh. Even with their own accent or whatever accent at all. Oh. They can't speak fluently. You understand? So that is why you don't come to my platform and tell me that your English self, I say, manage here. You better manage it like that. Like I was saying, brethren, you shall get an idea of what I'm saying, Abi. And that is, if you support immorality, what does your religion and your faith say about that? And who are you and your faith? And how strong are you in your belief and your faith that you are ready to sacrifice all of that in defense of a fraud, of a forgery, forged presidency? It's all complete. It is a forged presidency. Everything around them is skilled in fraud, lies, make believes, and on like that. So you can say it's a fraud. So if you want to tell me, which of the God do you want me to beru? Which of them? The real one that gave you brain, and you sewed off the sense inside your brain, you know, like something like that. Which one do you want me to fear? The one that gave you eyes and you chose to be blind? The one that gives you a mind and you failed to fill it with the right information. I'm talking about a liberating and truth. I mean, if you start with the truth. Which of them? You cannot leave your fight for God and then come they wear hand glove. Come they do press up. Come they do frog jump. I say, what's happen? You say, Baba, heaven go fall today. Why? Somebody just insulted God. Kí ló dé? Lẹ wá wẹ̀wù ẹ̀tù báyìí. Ọdún mélòó lèèyàn fẹ́ lò láyé tó ń wẹ̀wù ìrìn? Kí ló dé? Ẹ lọ bọ́ṣọ ọ̀run yín jàre, kò tó yẹn. Nigerians will live their own fight for God, but they will kill you in the name of God. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is 2023. Like I said, this is not to question your faith. It is to question how you have allowed charlatans, criminals to manipulate you through that your faith, okay? In order for them to continue to perpetuate their criminalities. You need to understand that everybody is playing their own role. Everyone is scared. And then they've made a lot of us believe that whatever happens, ìjọba ọ̀run ni kókó. So people are not kind of, really angry. They're not angry the way they should be. So it's easier for Nigerians to just say, well, just leave it for God, Jari. Let's leave it for God. You will see what God will do to them. You will see what this will do and that will do. But we have children, ladies and gentlemen. If your children ask you, and said, Mommy,